my skin not looking good with makeup. It was the video that I made recently talking, like the thumbnail says like stuck in 2016. So many people were like, it's all about skincare. It is so much less about makeup than it is about skincare. And to be fair, they're totally right, because not that I forget about skincare, obviously I didn't forget anything, but I don't prioritize it because I never even really consider it. I don't know why I wouldn't consider it. That seems insane to me. I'm gonna start using these again. I wanna give them another fair try. These are the Medicube Zero Pore Pads. I've seen everybody talking about them. And what they say they are is AHA, BHA, panthenol, and allantoin, sodium hyaluronate. When my friend messaged me, she was like, it's all about exfoliation, both physical and chemical. So, oh yeah, my skin feels really soft. I think that will help my makeup sit really nicely. Okay, let's go put some makeup on. A lot of you guys' response in that video was that I'm using too dark of a foundation, too much, and I need to have it be less yellow. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'll try a different foundation. This is the This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, and this is the shade Light 45W. Let's see if this is a little bit better. So it's very runny. I haven't used this in a while. It's so much lighter than I'm used to. I'm really gonna try to use less product as well, because I feel like the less I put on, the better. I usually go a bit darker for my foundation because I feel that the paler the foundation, the more it accentuates dryness. And a lot of you guys were like, no, you're going too dark. And it's like, I hear you, but it's like the dryness and texture of my skin only gets highlighted the lighter you go, because that's the nature of whites and light colors, is their highlight shades. But that is a much better color match. I don't know how much you guys can tell. It's way lighter than I would typically do. So then I'm going to take the bronzer stick and I'm just gonna put it on the brush instead of rubbing it on my face. I've talked about this quite a few times in the past, but we're putting in a house for my sister, and we're building it on our property, and they are really doing a ton of the excavation, and they removed some trees, and I can hear him out there right now like spreading gravel and stuff. He built the driveway, and it's so crazy. The house is going to be delivered next month, and it's just wild to imagine it actually being here. I can hear my husband and my son downstairs playing 5 Minute Dungeon. We bought it for him for Christmas. It is his favorite gift he's ever received. You know, if you ever wondered like what kind of kid I have, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder when people don't share their kids very much, like what kind of person are they? You know, some kids are really sporty. Some kids are really into animals. Some kids are really into bikes. My kid is a Dungeons and Dragons style kid. He is obsessed with 5 Minute Dungeon. He thinks it is the coolest. I could see him being like a robotics kid, or I don't know, you never know, but I see that in him. He just loves playing games, talking about characters, building worlds, using his imagination. Like, that's the kind of kid that he is. By the way, I'm taking some On the Glow blush. This is the Tinted Moisture Stick from Pixie in the shade Ruby. Okay, I'm gonna use some of this Fenty spray. By the way, I linked this in my Shop My, and I linked one that's really similar, but I also linked this one. I can only find the Fenty What It Do setting spray at Kohl's. It seems like this isn't sold at Sephora anymore. Literally why, but it seems like they still make the product and sell it at Kohl's. So if you guys are looking to get this, the one that I used in my last video, I linked this one, like I said, in my Shop My. If you want the actual dewy setting spray that they still sell at Sephora and stuff. It seems similar, but I can't be sure. I linked it. Huda Beauty came out with a new powder. This is Easy Bake Pressed. I want to try this out in a video, just like stand alone, but I'm gonna try it in today's video, just a little bit on my under eyes. This is the Cherry Blossom color, and I'm not gonna use very much at all. They say it's super blurring. And it really does help that like under eye, how it gets really wet right there. You see this? So this is Easy Bake Pressed, as you can see here. And like I said, this is Cherry Blossom. So you can see how wet. That is very blurring. I'm not adding any additional product to that sponge because I just wanted it to kind of take the center of the face down. I feel like it's looking okay. It's still looking a little makeup-y. Maybe it's just because I'm almost 40, you know? What can I say? Maybe it's not giving clean girl, but it's giving flawless girl. It's exciting to have this house getting put in and everything. It is really real though now. Like the driveway is in and the trees are coming down and it's like a completely different property. And it's just a lot of adjustment because we've lived here for 5 years of it looking one way and having just it be completely natural, and to have like a road tied in now and all the trees, not all the trees, I think only like 5 trees had to come down, which was 5 more than I wanted to come down, but that is what it is. It's just wild out there. So I'm excited. We got, the house is really cute. I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. You know, manufactured homes are different than they used to be. I really was shocked when we started buying this manufactured home, how nice they are. And I know they depreciate in value in some ways and blah, 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 blah. We're in a different time, okay? We're living in a different country than we were once living in, where we don't have the option anymore to be picky with stuff like that. And I say we as a collective. I mean, I don't speak for everybody, but just to say, like, I kind of have seen the downwards trend where houses that we looked at years ago that would have been $200,000 on the market are now on the market for like $600,000. And back then it was 3% interest and now it's 8.5% interest. And so I'm just seeing the trends not going in any way towards buyers, and really honestly being very, very exclusive to, I think they said the median age of the average US home buyer is like 49 or 59 years old right now. I can't remember which one it is, but that's crazy. So like the American dream seems somewhat dead. And so the reason that I'm talking about that is because, you know, whereas before maybe it was like, oh, manufactured homes, or they're a starter home, they're not a forever home. It's like, well, we don't really have that luxury anymore, do we? Because when I was going to look to build a stick-built house, we actually bought the house plans for the cutest cottage you've ever seen in your freaking life. Cutest house you've ever seen. And we bought the plans for it, which were expensive and they're non-transferable, so that's fun. But that's not even really necessarily the point. The point being, it was $400 per square foot to build a stick-built house. So a 1,200 square foot home, which is what an ADU can be in Washington State. They can't be, an ADU is accessory dwelling unit when it's not your primary residence. That can only go up to 1,200 square feet in Washington State. So if we were gonna build a 1,200 square foot home, stick-built, we called 7-8 different builders. The minimum for a stick-built house is $480,000 at $400 a square foot. So for a 1,200 square foot house, you're looking at $500,000. That does not include the site prep. So that is an additional $100,000. So you'd be looking at around $600,000, at least in Washington State, to build a 1,200 square foot home. Whereas a manufactured home is 1,200 square foot, and that same size of home, not being stick built, being manufactured, was 160. And then, you know, you have the land prep as well. So that's significant. That is absolutely so significant. We're talking a third of the cost of building stick built. And granted, people will be like, yeah, but stick built lasts forever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, nothing really lasts forever. And yeah, stick built is certainly like better value or whatever, but having it be an ADU, no, like our house is stick built that we live in, and then the ADU being manufactured is totally fine. So it's a beautiful house. I love it. The colors that we picked for the outside of it are so pretty. The outside of the house is going to be the color Secret Garden, and we picked the exact same color for the trim with a black roof, and it's a metal roof, and black windows. So it'll all be really cohesive and it'll almost like blend into the forest sort of. And so I'm really excited for that. It's gonna look really pretty. And then we'll have like, you know, cedar built decks on the outside of it, and you can kind of customize it that way. Add like little brass sconces or something, you know, make it really pretty. And it's beautiful on the inside. For 1,200 square feet, they really maximized the square footage and space the best that they could, you know, the builders, like they did a really good job. It's a really beautiful home. So when it shows up, I will show you guys what we're working with here. But I think it's gonna be really nice. I'm gonna do Ravi Beauty Lily. We're starting seeds right now. We're starting all of our cold weather crops. So we're doing like broccoli, cabbage, things like that. And I started like 40 broccoli cells in my greenhouse. The mice came in and ate every single tray worth of broccoli seeds. And so now it's war. I'm sorry, it is. The mice are such a problem in my greenhouse, I cannot even tell you. They come in and eat everything. They destroy everything. And we have an extruder door thing. It's like, is that what's called, extruder? No. We have the excluder door stop out there to where you put it at the bottom of the door and mice can't get under. They do. I watched one do it. We're gonna have to do even more to keep them out because they are such pains in the ass. I'm telling you right now, I love them so much. They're so cute. And heaven help me, don't ever show me a picture of a little mouse sitting there eating a little seed with an acorn hat. I can't, because I agree, they're the most darling thing in the entire world. Also, how did you end up in my house? Get out of here. This was maybe about a month ago. I had a hard time because I woke up to the feeling of something on me, like crawling on my head, and I woke up and it like scared me and I was like, oh God, what was that? I fell back asleep. When I woke up the next morning, there was mouse droppings in my sink, and all along my wall, you can tell it's only one mouse because mice like poop every, I don't know, 8 inches. Like it's crazy, but there was just one every 8 inches, all around the entire perimeter of my room, all along the bathroom, all in the sink. Heaven help me. So darling, and get the fuck out of my life. So yeah, we cleaned all of that up. I had a mental breakdown because I'm like, this is so disgusting. I cannot with it because mice can carry hantavirus, and you guys already, I don't want to talk about hantavirus anymore. I'm not doing it. Got that one out. And then I go out to my greenhouse, mice. And I had the covers set on to where they were clicked on and mice still got in. And they can smell the broccoli seeds through the soil. I'm telling you, I understand. We all gotta live. Get the fuck out of my seeds, okay? We're gonna get seeds started because I want to hone in my gardening this year. It is so vitally important to me to hone in my gardening. I want to grow, I have a list. You guys wanna hear what I'm gonna grow this year? Because this is it. Have a plan to build raised bed gardens that are covered and high to keep out bunnies and slugs, because we have that problem. We're going to cover them. We're not allowing them in, okay? So what we're gonna do is the garden that we currently have, which is really large and beautiful and amazing that we've been growing all of our stuff in, we're only gonna grow things in there that pests will not hurt or even touch. So typically pepper plants are okay. So we might do our pepper plants out there. Nothing seems to bother our tomatoes that much as far as pests are concerned. We're gonna do garlic, which we already planted. Nothing seems to really bother our potatoes, but sometimes we do get some worm damage and stuff like that. So we're gonna do things like that out there where it doesn't seem that pests seem to care all that much about them. And then in our raised beds, we're gonna do the rest of this. So dry beans, I wanna grow dry beans like kidney beans, garbanzo beans, so chickpeas. I wanna do cannellini beans, anything like that that we can keep and store as dry beans. Then I wanna do green beans. Those are my #1 pest damaged crop. I've never ever successfully grown a significant amount of green beans, and that is going to change this year. I'm gonna do my green beans on trellises in raised bed gardens covered. Snow peas, last year bunnies came through. We planted probably 150 snow pea plants and they all grew super well. And right as they were fruiting, a bunny came through and took a bite out of each single individual bottom of every single plant. I'm not exaggerating. Every single one. They didn't eat the plant, they just crunched it. So out of here, bunnies. Garlic, oh, onion, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers. Those are probably gonna be what we put in the traditional garden space. Then broccoli, cabbage, Napa cabbage, and carrot. Those are gonna go into raised beds because those are all really pest damaged crops, and I wanna make sure that I am keeping them up and out of the way of bunnies because bunnies are gonna decimate. Bunnies eat all of these things that I'm talking about. Like they just absolutely mow them to the ground. Zucchini, I think I'll keep in the garden because nothing seems to bother my zucchini plants that badly. Pickling cucumbers, I'm gonna do raised bed, I believe. Cucumbers, like we like English cucumbers. Maybe we'll just do those in the regular garden, but I think everything eats those as well, so they're probably gonna be raised bed. And then celery. Celery is another one that we've never really successfully grown. It's hard to grow. It's not super easy. So these are all the things that we eat a lot of. And so I feel like it will really supplement our garden this year. So I'm gonna be going hard on the garden this year. If you guys wanna follow gardening content, I do have a gardening channel called The Sweet Life of Zach and Kristi. I've not been good at uploading to it, mostly because I'm also doing a pottery account, mostly because I'm also doing RawBeautyKristi, and because I'm trying to live my life and also be a mom. There's a lot to being a content creator and posting to multiple platforms. And when you see people doing it really, really well, it's probably because they have a team. Okay, well that's it for today's video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I think my makeup turned out good. I wouldn't call it clean girl, but I do have a zit right here, so everything, I don't know, what do you guys think? Does it look better being a lighter foundation shade? Make any difference? I don't care, I'm going to the dentist. Okay, well, I thank you guys for watching and I will see you at my next video. Bye!